Hello everybody and all aboard to Chef's Choice. Slowly but surely I need to come up with a new intro because All Aboard will already be over in a little more than a week from now. I'm getting sad just thinking about it. Now today the last semi-finalists have rehearsed the second time, so the semi-finals are ready to go basically. In this video I'll be talking about those last rehearsals and make my final prediction in the end for both semi-finals. But I have never felt more unsure about my predictions as this year, so it's basically just a desperate try of forcing myself to make a decision. But by no means does that mean it's going to happen, so don't rely on me too much. I probably won't be able to make a video about the second rehearsals of the automatic qualifiers, I'm sorry about that. But I think we got quite a good impression of what they will look like in their first rehearsals. So the next time you'll see me, if you're interested, will probably be on Wednesday after semi-final 1. I will probably try doing a live stream around lunchtime to talk about my experience in the arena and my reaction to the results of semi-final 1. And I plan on doing that on Friday for semi-final 2 as well. So if you want to be notified of that, please subscribe to my channel and then you don't miss it. But I can't promise that it works out. It depends on my internet connection in Lisbon, etc. But it might be fun to try that out. Now finally, let's jump into the last rehearsals. Russia. I have to be honest and not sugarcoating this. To me, this is one of the worst performances. I like the moments when we see Julia's face and her smile, but the rest of the staging is a mess. We all know Julia is in a wheelchair and she won't be dancing around on stage. But do you have to put her on that mountain like a bride and groom on a wedding cake? I guess they wanted to symbolize her being as strong as a mountain, but it rather feels like she's turned to stone and is stuck up there forever. So to me it's a sure non-qualifier, but it is Russia, so it's very unpredictable. Moldova. I had high hopes for this second rehearsal snippet after the press room's excitement after their first rehearsal. And I have to say I'm disappointed by the official snippet. I'm sure there will be great moments in the performance, but even in this short snippet there are a lot of empty moments where not much is happening. But there are still 2.5 minutes that we didn't see yet, but it surely won't be everybody's cup of tea, so I'm not even fully sure that they will qualify. Netherlands. Apparently he removed a few of the more controversial elements in his performance and made them more accessible. I actually quite like what we see in the official snippet now, but I haven't yet seen the breakdancers. So I guess they are the weakest link in the chain of his performance. Based on the snippet I think it can qualify, but it's quite hard to judge after hearing all the strange things about it. Australia. I still love the song and do love her energy. I just feel like she emits this energy everywhere else, but in the camera there's almost no connection in this short snippet. So I'm worried about her. Her dress does look better through the camera than I thought after the first rehearsal. She's definitely got a difficult task ahead of her to fill up that stage all by herself and still connect with the viewers at home. Georgia. I'm starting to really like this one. It's a standout song and a very simple, classy, calm performance. I think they are doing their best and I think this might qualify. Poland. The song works much better on that stage now than at any performance so far. Now it actually starts to feel like a party. I do like Luka's performance, but I'm afraid Qami will just end up as a meme machine with his weird dance moves. It might work to get them into the final just because it's funny to watch, but I don't think it will work there. Malta. I actually like the staging a lot and the camera work is amazing. I think the weakest point here is Christabel herself. She seems to have gotten her voice under control now mostly, but to me she feels like a magician presenting her trick. Everything that happens around her is actually more exciting than she is. And I don't mean that as an insult, just that there is a strange disbalance in the performance. I think a lot could be fixed if she wasn't dressed all in black. But anyway, I think overall it does deserve to qualify. Hungary. There's not much new to tell here about my opinion of this. The pyros work great for the song, but the camera cuts are too fast sometimes in the short snippet. For me, it's too much when the performers are already quite hectic if the camera does these fast cuts additionally. I mean, overall it's quite good, but surely not a winner. I would be amazed if it makes it to the top 10 in the final. Latvia. She's a beautiful woman. I really like those close-up shots of her face. I think those are the most powerful shots. Her facial expressions say much more than her choreography. So the wider shots, where it's all about her choreography, don't work as well for me. She's lucky that she comes quite late in the semi-finals, so maybe it's going to be enough to qualify. Sweden. Maybe it's his outfit and that he keeps his jacket on, but there's something off with this performance compared to Melodifestivalen, where where everything was perfect. I think the black shiny jacket with the black matte pants don't work as well with the neon lights as his Melody Festival outfit. Overall, I think his performance has lost some power on its way from Sweden to Lisbon. I'm quite sure it will do well, but it's not going to be a winner. Montenegro, I'm so sad about this performance. The song could be so beautiful, but the staging turns it into a cheesy musical performance. That doesn't need to be a bad thing, but I don't think it will work to get him into the final. Slovenia and Ukraine. Unfortunately, I couldn't wait for the official snippet to be uploaded of Slovenia and Ukraine because I wanted to finish the video before having to leave for dinner. But for Slovenia, I'm sure the performance in general is great because Lia is a star. But I'm still very worried about her fake break. It can work, but it can also be its downfall. And I guess they are not going to show this surprise in the official snippet, so I probably didn't miss anything. For Ukraine, I saw a short bit of the live stream and heard that there is much more pyrotechnique than in the first rehearsal, which is great. I think it really needs that. And I'm not too worried that Melovin's charisma and the energy of the song will get Ukraine to the final. So those were the last semi-finalists. Now's the most difficult moment where I have to decide who I think will qualify. But again, I've never been more unsure, and this is not who I would like to see qualify, but who I think will make it, as hard as that is this year. And I'm sure a lot of you think differently, and you're really welcome to tell your opinions in the comments, as long as it's respectful. So for semi-final 1, I'm going with, in no particular order, Israel, Estonia, Bulgaria, Austria, Cyprus, Croatia, Czech Republic, Albania, Finland and Belarus. But I especially would hope for Ireland and Switzerland to qualify as well. And Greece might still be in the running because apparently they get another chance to rehearse with their equipment that didn't work or was stuck in customs or whatever. I just heard some rumor about this. And for semi-final 2, I'm going with Denmark, Moldova, Georgia, Hungary, Sweden, Slovenia, Ukraine, Norway, Malta and Australia. I'm sure there are different opinions out there, but I just had to make a decision. So who are your qualifiers? Tell me in the comments. And if you'd like to see my comments after the semi-finals, please subscribe to my channel. For now, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.